Welcome and welcome back. I'm going to play the Artisan of Glimmith again. I am up to 671 and I was working in the Inequality area. Okay, so I'm getting some frame drops here because the system is doing a bunch of other stuff at the same time. We'll just have to live with it. Okay, where was I? Yes, 31 of 41, and we just got silvered on here. So let's keep going and try to get this thing gilded, shall we? Let's go. Alright, difficulty 3, puzzle 04629. We've got rose windows and inequality, smaller to bigger again. So, my first thought is that to get this one as small as possible, I could just shoot it along this line. And honestly, I thought that I liked it because I could make this one the biggest by putting that all the way around. And I can't make this one actually bigger than this, can I? So, what are we going to do instead? Now, that is certainly the smallest that this one can be. I can do something like... no, that doesn't work either. I would want this one to kind of steal something from just below. But then the bottom one would just have to go around it somehow. So what if the bottom one takes this? How big's that? 7. Then the middle one might be able to do this, but then this top one's not big enough. How can I rethink this? So what if we do something wild like this? That's just not going to work. Or... what about something like this? 7 here. 5, 6, 7. I still can't make this one big enough. That makes them happy, but not this now. I can't take that one, can I? Because this can't get out. I mean, there's no point doing something like that. Wow, this one's tricky. All right. Let's rethink. Smallest thing needs to be here. It needs a blue and a red. Am I going to do something wild like this? Clearly not. Clearly not, because it can't be smaller than itself. Is there another way to do something like that? I mean, if I came this way... no, I can't get 2 separate things around to here. Okay, so... This, it being asymmetrical, like this is not centered within the outer bounds, really makes me think that something's going to sneak around the back. So I think that I'm going to have something like this. Oh, what about this kind of thing? Oh, this could be it. Yeah, there we go. That was very tricky. Kind of leads you to believe that wrapping around the back is going to come all the way to here. I think I should have been quicker on that. That's okay. That's okay. First one of the day. Difficulty 2. Puzzle 92565 is, or 15. So 1 less than 2. So this is just saying I can't have any 1s and 2s anyway. That's fine. So we need at least a 3 here. 3 plus, 4 plus, 5 plus, 6 plus, 7 plus. And this is going to be a 6 plus again. And this has to be less than whatever's here. So this could be like a 5, and then this would be a 4, but more likely this is a 4 and this is a 3. So I could count these up, couldn't I? These could be the same shape. So if I assume they are connected, and everything is minimal size, then I've got 3, 7, 12, 18, 18 plus 7, what's that, 23 I think? And there's space for 25, so there is a little bit of wiggle room. But if I didn't connect these, I'd have 3, 7, 12, 18, 24, too much. So I am connecting these, I think. So this all have to be different shapes. So they can't be connecting to each other. And it can't connect to something that's bigger than itself. So it can't connect around here. It can't be the other side of the wall anyway. These can't connect together either. So I think I have proven... And is there any way for these to connect without going through this square? I don't think so. I think I have proven that these are the same and they connect in this fashion. And this is a separate one again. So now imagine for a moment this is a 4. We'd have 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's add all those up. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 6 is 15, plus 7 is 22, plus 8 is 30. So that everything would be too big. So this is a 3, this is a 4, this is a 5. Okay, actually, what if I break it there? What if this is a 6? We'd have 7 here. It's 5 by 5, right? Yep. 7 here, plus 6 is 13, plus 7 is 20, plus 8 is 28. We've only got 25 to play with, so no, this is a 5. Now, what if this is a 7 and this is an 8? Got 3, 4, and 5. That's 3, 7, 12. And I'm saying, what if this is a 7? So it'd be 12, that'd be 19. And then I'd have to add 8 to that. 19 plus 8 is 27. That's too big as well. So I think we do have a 6 here. And then this could be something bigger. Or it could just have some separates somewhere. In fact, I don't have 1s and 2s. I think I'm supposed to be thinking about that. So if this were minimal, if we had absolute minimal like this, 13, 18, 22, oh, hang on a second. I must have added something up wrongly before. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 8, plus 6 is 18, plus 7 is 25. I don't know what I said earlier. And I don't know why I cleared that just then. 25. Yeah, okay, so everything is minimal. Alright, so if you've got to be 4, you've got to come out. And you need to soak up 2 more of these spaces. I don't know which 2, but it's 2 more of them. You need 7. So even if you soaked up, well, 1 of these, you're allowed to have. Potentially. Because this 4 only needs 2. This 3 could go the other way. So the biggest this could be downwards is 1 more. But that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If this one comes as far as this, maybe 1 more. This 6, it's cornered, so it needs 4. I don't know what this then does. This green one could have that, or it might not. We need 5 here. 2. Well, let's try it. If this one goes left, that's no good. This one could potentially do this. That would push this here. This is 6 at the moment. That makes it 7. That makes it 5, 6, 4, 5. And, oh yeah, we need this as well. So this needs to be a 3 or less. I see. So it has to be this 3. That makes this 4 look like this. The 7 looks like this. The 6 looks like this. The 5 looks like that. There we go. I feel like I spent too long on that. That was, I think that was... It had the feel of being a trickier puzzle, even though it was a simpler one. Okay, what have we got here? Difficulty 3. Puzzle 82958. Okay, inequalities only, and I can see what looks like a big chain here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all in a chain. And how big's the whole thing? 36. What's the triangular number for 8? I don't know them offhand, but let's see. If we do 8 plus 1, we get 9. 7 plus 2, we get 9. And how far back do we go through that? So 9 here, 18, 27. That's 1, 2, 3. 36, I think. If I add this, this, and this, with this, this, and this, that's 3 times 9. If I add these, that's another 1 times 9. Is that the right way of doing it? I think so. 5 plus 4 is 9, yeah. So 36 out of this, and it's 36 total. So this is a 1, this is a 2, and so on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's done. How big are you going to be? I don't know. Actually, I liked that being red. Nice deep red. There we go. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so someone needs to take the middle. I don't know who. Someone's got to have this block as well. And there's no way the 1, the 2, or the 3 can reach there. So it's a minimum of 4. In fact, it's minimum of 6, because it has to reach at least to there. 4, 5, 6, 7. I could potentially do that. I think this is one of those cases where I need to play around with it and see what works. I need something to come here, which is not this. And realistically, that's going to be the 8. So I think I'm going to pull this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we got a problem. How am I going to solve that? Okay, this 7, this 5 could take one from the inside. This 4 could come here. Okay, this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That one was, I thought, a lot easier than the previous one. That was really nice. I liked that puzzle a lot. It had a nice balance of seeing logic and taking a leap. Now, it's definitely possible there was more logic I could have seen if I were cleverer, but that felt like a really nice balance to me. Okay, what about here? Ooh, we're up to 4. Difficulty 4 and 3, 5, 6, 2, 8. Okay, what do we have now? We got, for chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's right. And we've got another chain here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's just inequality, nothing else. So if this were a 1, and this were a 2, and this were a 3, and so on, what can we connect to what? This 6, I suppose, could potentially connect to this 6. This 5 could potentially connect there, but no, nothing big enough can fit there. Okay, if I assume for a moment that they're all separate, and they're all minimal, we'd have 1 to 6 times 2. So 1, 2, and 3 added to 4, 5, and 6, that's 7 times 3, that's 21. We'd have that twice for 42. There's only 37, so we are going to combine some things, I think. Can I figure out what precisely we would combine? I wonder. Now, it looks like the easiest ones to combine are those. I were to do that, say here, as a size 4 shape, we've got 33 left. 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 21, 16, 15, 13, 10, 5, -1. So that's not looking good if that is a 4. What about if I try to combine the 5s? Well, no. We're not going to do that. Well, this one does seem a lot more tricky. I think I am going to dive in with assuming that these are both singles. Now, what would I do with this? It's not going to get to here. At least not if it's a, if I do something crazy like this. I think there's just simply not enough room to fill everything else up. Well, I suppose we could see. If again I am doing this, I could have a 2 here, I could have a 3 here, I could have a 5 there, I could have a 3 here, a 2 here, and I could have a 5 there. Oh my goodness, have I done it? And that leap started with me saying I could do something crazy like this. But I think I had taken some decent logical steps there. Alright, that was good. Alright, another difficulty 4 puzzle. 99732. Rose windows again. Alright, well I know that I'm not coming this side, because there's no way for all these to connect outwards if I do that. So this is coming around the back. Now the shortest it could possibly be would be something along these lines. If I want this to be longer, then... well, how long is this? That's 8. That's 9. This is 8. Let's say this is 11. So this can be as big as 9. Okay, if this comes around the back instead, does that help? We've got 10 here now. Got 11 here now. Now I've only got 11 here. How big is this whole thing? 32. And the shortest that could possibly be here is 8. 8, 9, and 10 together are what? 29, is it? 8 and 9. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at this. Is 17. Plus 10 is 27. Okay, so 27 if I have 8, 9, and 10. But I need 32. There's no way for me to make a 9 with this, is there? Not in a way that lets this soak up everything else. Oh, wait. Yes, there is. There we go. Neat. That didn't feel like it deserved 4, but that's okay. Another 4. Let's do this. 11723. Okay, well that can only go here, because if it went here, it would break this. What have we got, by the way? Polyomino and inequality, nothing else. So this has to be at least 5. So it's not part of that. So this is going to have to do something like this. You are therefore must do this. You could be there. Got no problem with that. So say this were part of this Z. Well, it can't be. It doesn't stretch that far. So we could have... no, we can't. I think this one might have to go like this, which looks okay. Now I've got something smaller here and something bigger here. So that sort of suggests we might have something like this. It's guesswork, but I'm alright with it. Okay, we need a 3 this side. We've certainly got a line here. So we could be going left. We could be doing this. We could be going down. I think those are our only options. If we had this here, we could have a single here, downwards and a double. That would be fine. This needs to be part of a 2. That could be a single and a 2 here. Could have a 3 along there, the 5 here, but then I need something bigger than a 5 there. That's not going to work. Okay, where else could this T go? I think this is going to be... I think this T is going to be the tricky part. So let's wind back a bit around it. Let's wind back that as well. And wind back that. So here I feel comfortable. If we went like so, I need something bigger than a T. And that just isn't going to happen. So this has to be a 5, but it can't be part of that. So I need 2 5s in this space. Sorry, not a 6 and 2 5s. A 6 and 2 5s is 16. So this T cannot go there. It also can't do this. It could do this kind of thing. And this fits rather nicely, but this is no good now. So I think we won't do that. I can't put it this way. I could do this. That still is no good. What about this? No, that doesn't work. Did I try this? I don't think I tried this, and this feels good so far, because that works, this works, 5 being bigger than something works, so 5 to 2 to 1 could be fine. That works as well. A single here, why not? And then it might just be what I had earlier, which I believe... Oh, maybe not. So I need something bigger here. I could have this one long ways. I could have a 4 down here. Yeah, that looks alright. Yeah. That didn't feel like it deserved 4 either. That was a nice puzzle. That was a very nice puzzle. Okay, where now? Should we look underneath here? Difficulty 3, 68819. Inequality in area number. Okay, so more than 3. So we're doing at least this, not there. And at least 4 less than 5. So this is 4. Less than 3. Could be 1, could be 2. This needs to be more than 3. So this is a 1. More than 3. Precisely 3. Is anything joining up? I don't think so. So you're not coming here, otherwise this 5 is having a bad day. You need to be less than something here. Oh, you can be a 5. There we go. Nice. That seems straightforward. Next. Up here on the, what's that called? Some kind of column. It is difficulty 3 and puzzle 90726. Mingle shape in inequality. Alright, well mingle shape means these must all be 2s, because I can't have 2 singles in them. And if that's bigger than something, then we've got a single here, and a single here. Where else? A single there, a single there, a single there, a single there, here and here. That's perhaps it. Okay, then what? This can't be a single, because it's next to a single. So it must be at least a double, therefore this is at least a triple. Does that help me? I'm a bit tempted to just fill this. I think it will be. It needs to be at least 3 here. So we're doing at least that. And what this needs to be at least 3 as well. So yes, we do connect all those. What about here? Can't be 1, can't be 2. So it's at least 3, but it needs to be less than 5. This needs to be bigger than something, so these are all connecting. This is coming out, and it can't go down. What was I saying? 5, it needs to be less than 5. It needs to be 4 or 3. Can't be single. Can't be double. Because mingle shape. Could be a 3. This needs to be bigger than something, so this does need to connect. Does this need to grow? For some reason I thought yes a second ago, but I don't know why I thought that. This could just be a 3. But it needs to be bigger than something here. Okay. Oh, I got this one backwards. 2 less than something, so at least 3 here. And that's got to be bigger than whatever's here. So I could just have a single here. But then I feel like I'm going to break uniqueness. Am I not? Like nothing says I can't have a 3 here. Nothing says I can't have a 1. Oh yeah, it does say I can't have a 1 and a 2. What about a 2 and a 1? Yep, can't do that. 3 singles, absolutely forbidden. So, okay. Yeah, maybe that is unique. Right, over here. Bigger than a 2. Smaller than something. But not a 1. So we've got something like this, but no, okay. So this is filled up. Now I need something bigger than 4 here. And here bigger than 2. And here I can't have a 1. Oops, oops, oops. So bigger than a 4 needs to be at least this. That was a guess at the end. But yeah, I guess bigger than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. Nice. I enjoyed that. Let's see. Have we finished in this area? No, there's one hiding behind here. Difficulty 5. We're stepping up. 92921. Sometimes I read those out and then really second guess myself on whether I've actually said the right number. Anyway, size separation and inequality. Okay, size separation I haven't seen for a while. Right, this can't be a 1 because it's got to be bigger than something. And whatever's here needs to be less than it, but I can't have 2 1s. So it's going to have to be at least 3 here for me to be able to separate sizes. So it could just be a 2, or it could be like a 1 and a 2 or something. So I don't think I can touch here just yet. So 3 is less than something here. And something here is less than something. So this could be a single, and then something like a 5 around here. So I'm not comfortable with that yet. What about here? This is greater than something, could be a single and double. I already talked about this. This is bigger than something, so at least a 2. But if I had a 1 here, yeah, I guess I could have a 2 here and a 3 here. Yeah, nobody's angry. This is bigger than something, so they're connected too. This is bigger than something, so they're connected. Okay. Now we've got a 2 and a 2 next to each other, so one of these needs to grow, at least. Do you know, for this one, I'm very tempted to just fill everything. Do you know what? I'm going to try that. I'm going to try filling everything and then fixing whatever problems arise. So are these all Are these all 6s? Oh, they are. So I need to split them up in different ways. Bigger than something here. So if you... but smaller. Okay, so if you're on your own, what about you? Okay, you're happy. But now you've got to be less than something here. So I could... oh, this is the wrong way to do it. Bigger than... Yeah, this is an awful way to do it. In fact, I might just step back to where I had a few things connected. What was I doing here? Okay. This is bigger than something. This is bigger than something. 2 is bigger than... Well, at least 2 is bigger than something. That doesn't help me much. Okay. This has to be smaller than something. So this is... Okay, I should write some things down. Now, the biggest this could possibly be is 6. But it has to be smaller than something, and nothing can be bigger than 6 in the whole map. So this is max 5. 5 minus. Here, this needs to be bigger than something. So this is 2 plus. Here, we've got another 5 minus. Here, we've got 2 plus. Maybe I should do this the other way. Up to 5. 2 plus. Yeah, this is confusing, but these are now ends of ranges. 2 to something, something to 5, something to 5, 2 to something. 2 to something, and here we've got something to 5, 2 to something. Here, since we have 2 in a row, as discussed before, this is 3 to something. Something's got to be bigger, so something to 5. Alright, I don't know if this helps me. So if this is 3 or bigger, whatever's here needs to be smaller. So again, it could be anything up to a 5, couldn't it? Alright, I think I've marked up all of them except this. Oh, and this. I've marked up all of them? Not here. So, oh, and another one missing. So does that actually help me? So if this has to be 3 to something and connected to something that can only be as big as 5, then this can be only 3 to 5. And if they can only be as big as 5, whatever's here needs to be smaller than them. So this actually can only go up to 4. Same here. And this is connected to this, so I can say the same thing here. This has to be 3 to 5. And that has to be less than something here. So this has to be 4. To whatever. Now, that could be a single, and then the 4 could start here. That's not ruled out, so I can't chain that any further, I think. But I think this is decent progress. What else can I do? Well, I can say these are not connected to each other. Because this can only be as big as a 5, and if I connected these, it would be 6. So, they can actually only be as big as 4. And so, since it needs to be bigger than something here, the biggest this could possibly be, if this is the 4, would be 3. So this can only be as big as 3. And then what do we have up here? The biggest these can be is 3. So this is only 2 to 3. And by extension, this one as well. Now what does that give us? 3 to 4, and it's got to be less than something. So this is 4 or bigger, which I think I already had. This one though, this is a 2 to 3. It needs to be bigger than something. So this could be a 1. That's fine. It would be less than anything. This could potentially be a 2, because it could be less than this if this is at maximum. So this is only a 1 or 2. But this has to be 4 or bigger. So this is a single. Hey, look at that. I've made progress. This has to be at least 4. So I can do all of that. I don't know if it's if it extends. This is either 4 or 5. This is 2 or 3. This is 3 or 4. Let's just consolidate a little bit. 3 or 4. Now, this needs to be bigger than a 4 or 5. So in fact, it is at least a 6. Sorry, at least a 5. So this is a 5 or 6 now. 5 or 6. But this can only be as big as a 5. So this is in fact, oops. So this is in fact a 5 and finished, and this is a single. And this 5 needs to be bigger than this, so this is a 4 and finished, and I've got a single here. Now that 4 needs to be bigger than this, so this is a 3 and finished. This could still be a 2. I could have a 1 here. It's got to be bigger than a 1, and it's got to be smaller than something. So this 2 or 3 needs to be smaller than whatever goes here. So this in fact is a 3 or more. Which puts it around the corner. No one says that this can't be a 6 though, so this could totally be a 6. Over here, this 3 has to be bigger than something here. So it could be a 1 and a 2, it could be a 2 and a 1. It could be something else. This needs to be bigger than 1, so it's at least 2, I've already got that. This needs to be smaller than something here. Oh, my logic is grinding to a halt now. Is it okay for this to be a 3? Oh, hang on, it's got to be smaller than a 3. What am I doing? I was just saying this, I think. Alright, so we could have a 1 and a 2, say, and a 3 here. No, we can't have a 3 there. Could this be a 4? Or even a 5? Can't be a 5. So in fact, Yeah, there's no way this could be bigger than a 4. Five is no bueno. I can't have 1, 1, 4. I could have a 2 and a 4. I could have a 1, 2... No, it can't have 2 3s next to each other. You can't be a 3. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, so this is not 2 or 4. So it's not 2 to 4, it's 2 or 4. 2 or 4. If you're a 2, can I make all this happy? I guess I could have a 1 there, a 2 here. Maybe. This isn't going to be a 3. For a couple of different reasons. So this is just a 1 or 2. 1 or 2. And this one also, just a 1 or 2, isn't it? If it were a 2, I could have a single there. 1 or 4. Could this be a 2 here? No, never could. It can't be a 3. It's just 1 or 4. Right, so I don't think I can fill in much more of this. Oh, what was this one here? Could be a 1. Could be a 2. Could be part of a 4. 1, 2, 4. Over here, what have I got? So 1, 2, or 4 needs to be less than something that goes here. So this could be as small as a 2. And this needs to be greater than something that goes here. If it's a 2, I'd only be allowed a 1 here. And this would have to be at least here. How would this work? If this is a 2, I'd have a 1, I'd have a 2, and I'd have a 1. Then up here, I guess I could have... Oh, no. Why not? Why is that angry? Ah, look, I've got 2s next to each other. Yeah, okay, so... None of this is set in stone though, is it? Did this all follow from this being a 2, actually? If this is a 2... I can't have a 2 here because they'd be touching. I can have a 1. I can't have a 3. I can't have a 4. But I could have a 1. Then I'd have to have at least 2 here. Can't be a 3. So yeah, this does all follow. And then what would I need here? I'd need smaller than a 2. So it would have to be a 1. I would need bigger than a 2. So at least 3. I would need bigger here, so at least 4, so that would give this the 6. Then I can't have 2 1s. So I'd have to keep going and keep going. Now, smaller than that, it can't be a 1. I can't have 2 2s. So I think that breaks this whole chain of events. I don't think I made any decisions there, or did I? I don't think I did. And therefore, I think this is the 4. I can't have 2 1s, so this would be a 2. And what over here? Less than a 4. That gives me more wiggle room. But here I need greater than a 4, so I'd need a 5 and a 1. Over here the 6 is fine. I can't put a 3 there. There we go. Neat, I liked that. I couldn't see the steps towards the end, but still got there. Great, where are we now? 40 of 41. So one away from gilding, and then I still want to do whatever hiding ones that I can find. So difficulty 4 and 88917. Oh, look at these interesting numbers around the edges. 14, 15, 17, 18, 64 total. I can't do that in my head, so we run a Python shell and we add things up. 14, 15, 18, 17, 64. And we have 64. So we have exactly 4 regions. And what can we do for dots here? Do we have any chains? Yeah, we do. 1, 2, 3, 4 along here. What about here? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know what these are. So, this 14 has to also be here and here. The 15 has to be here and here. The 17 has to be here and here. And the 18 has to be here and here. Alright, how am I going to do that? So, I guess I'll start with a 14 because it needs to be the most minimal. And the first thing that I want to sort of try and rule out is this. How big is that? 10, there's 12. But this is screwed. So we're clearly not doing that. If I went around the back, 13, 14, 15. Is there a quicker way? Yeah, I suppose so. If I do this, that's 14. Is that going to have to be it? I think it might be. We'd have something like this. And something like this. But I need to eat more. I need this one to eat more. Oh, I suppose it could come up this way. That'd be the same size, wouldn't it? So those two are both happy. I need to eat this. Ah, this can go this way. Oh, hang on. I liked the green. And yeah, you could come this way. So they're both happy. You are now full. And I think that's it. That was very straightforward. And let's do the indicated color scheme. Alright, continue. We have been gilded. Something's popped. It says Golden Age. Gild 20 windows. Let's have a look at our handiwork. Beautiful. Alright, well I can see at least one more, and I know there's a couple hidden ones that I've found, that I've seen, but not tackled yet. So here we are, difficulty 4 and 21726. Where are my chains at? There's a 1, 2, 3, 4 here that I see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2. Oh no. No. Okay. If I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, but these are all contained, I think this is where I'm meant to look. So say it was a single, double, triple, and quadruple. I mean, it has to be at least this much difference between them, doesn't it? Now imagine for a second this went upwards. This just wouldn't be big enough. And I can't make it any bigger. And I can't make it go left because that breaks all these inequalities. So this has to be a single. And this is at least going to be... has to be 4. It's at least this big. I don't know if it touches that side or both. So this is 4 or 5. It's going to be 2 or 3, 3 or 4. But I don't know where it goes, and I don't know where this goes. 2 or 3, less than that, yes. Less than that, yes. Now, where can I go from here? This seems harder than the previous one. I should re-scribble this so I'm not. I'll do this as well. 3 or 4. Where can I go? Okay, this is bigger than something, so that gives me a chain. This is bigger than something, and it's at least a 3. So unless it goes all up here, then it fills this one as well. But I guess I don't know for sure that it fills this one. This could indeed be bigger. But no, it can't be, because look, then this would have to be bigger than 3. So this one's done. And that means that's a single. What about you? No, I don't know. You're bigger than something, 2 different somethings. But I don't know if you go up or right, or both. So I don't think I can touch that. What else do I have? There's nothing else backed into a corner. I can't even touch this because... yeah, this has got to be 2+, but I don't know anything about that. That could be a single. Oh, size separation. Oh, nice. Okay, size separation says that this is at least this big. And this is at least this big. Okay. So this is less than something, could be a single. This is bigger than something, but isn't a 2. So it does have to be at least 3. I mean, it has to be at least 3 anyway. No, I was hoping to make more progress on that. This is bigger than something, so it needs to connect one way or the other. And I think that'll be disambiguated later. Let's see. Might have to take a plunge somewhere. But I'd rather have a binary choice, I think. I've got a ternary choice here, because this could either be a 4 like so, a 4 like so, or a 5. So I don't like that so much. Here this has to be at least 3. It could be like this. It could be like this, or it could be like this. Again, that's a ternary choice and I don't like it. But it does at least do that. Yeah, at least those connect. That's something. And I know it does extend in one or both of the directions. Now something here needs to be bigger than this, but I don't know if it connects to that or not. If it does, then we could pull it left and have something smaller here. Or we could put it below and have something bigger here. We can't do both, but it could also be a 4. Yeah, okay, I don't think that's useful. Where am I going? I just don't know. Well, I've got to move somewhere, haven't I? So these two are certainly connected, and these two are certainly connected. I don't know if this fills this or not, but if it does, they don't connect. So, and this needs to connect to something. So I've only got two choices here. Either I'm connecting these, or I'm connecting these. Apparently I'm not connecting these, because 3 is more than 2. Okay, so that gives me this. I didn't actually expect to make progress there. And 3 and 2, that means this 2 is done. And I need a 2 here as well. It can't go left or it would touch that. Okay, now we're moving. So I need something bigger than a 2 here. I could have a 3 like this, I suppose. And a single here. Or I could have a 3 like this. Or I could have a 3 like this. But no, actually I can't, because I can't have a double because of size separation. I can't have 2 singles for the same reason. So no, we don't do that. I do know in that case that these two connect, because it's either a triple upways or it's a triple around the top edge. Either way, these are connected. And it's got to be bigger than something here. Could it be more than a triple? Maybe it could. I was about to say that it tells me what's going to go here. But the biggest it could possibly be is a 5. And therefore this is not a 5. So this is a 4. Which makes this a 3. Which makes this a 2. That means there's either a single here or there. But I still don't know if that does that for sure. So now that I know that this is a 3, it can't connect here because something bigger needs to go here. And the biggest that could be is a 2 and the biggest that could be is a 2. So no, this does not go here. I've got a line. That gives me this. So this has to be less than whatever goes there. And this is a 2 at maximum. And in fact, it must be a 2. So this is a single. I can't have a single here, but it's got to be less than 3. So it's a double. I can't have a double attached to this. That gives me this. Any bigger than a 1? It can't be a 2. So we are connecting these. Could be a single, I don't know. It's got to be bigger than whatever's there. I think this is going to be a 5. Ah, look. The biggest this could possibly be, here, would be a 3 at this point, and it's got to be bigger than whatever goes there. So the biggest this could possibly be is a 2. So it's a single. That goes there. This goes here. I don't know this for sure though. It could be just a double. So I won't touch that. Where else can I go now? So 2 is bigger than something, so I've got a single here. 1 is smaller than 2, yes. This needs to be a triple. Okay. Now we need bigger than 3 here. Uh-oh. I can't do it. Now, is it possible I made a mistake here? I don't know where my mistake is. Uh-oh. Actually, I shouldn't do that just yet. Is it possible that my mistake is in here? Assuming that I've got this right. I've got 2 is bigger than 1. It's less than 2. I've got 2 is bigger than 1. I've got 1 is less than 2. I've got 2 is less than 3. Not looking good. Now I need 4 down here, which I can't do. I would have to do something like this, but now this is broken. No. So I've made a mistake somewhere, and I don't know where it was. Let's go back a bit. Let's go back, I don't know, before I got some of this middle stuff here. Now, let's try and think through some of this. I'm going to clear this. Oh, fuck it, am I starting over? I think I am. My deepest apologies. So, small, bigger, bigger again, biggest. And if we had 1, 2, 3, 4, there's no way this can be bigger. So that is a 1. This one's at least a 4. But I don't know if it's bigger, 4 or 5. Three or 4, 2 or 3. Now, how did I fast track to knowing these more accurately before? How did I do that? You're at least 2. You're at least 3. I don't remember where my next move was. Smaller than a 3. Could he be a 4? I think so. So that's 1, 2, or 3. But he's the size separation somewhere, but I don't see it yet. At least 2. Two plus there. 2 plus here. I think I said at some point that this could be a maximum 4. But who says? Well, yeah, that is probably true. I could have something like that. Okay. So this one here. Yeah. Alright, I had to take an unexpected break there. So let's continue. Where was I? So yeah, at least these three are connected. We've got bigger, 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 bigger. Over here, at least these are connected. This is going to be a 3 or... Right, that was it, wasn't it? If this was a 3, I wouldn't be able to have 2 3s. So is there any world where this could be a 3? They have to connect. But this has to be bigger than 3. So no. So no, this has to be 2. Right, that was probably the next move. Now, is this necessarily a single? Could this be a 4? It's got to be smaller than something here, smaller than something here. I could see that a 5 is possible here. So maybe. A 5 might be a challenge here. Especially since this means I need a 6 up here. I don't think that's going to be possible. Say this did this to make it a 5. I don't know what we'd have down here. Let's not worry about that. But here I'd need a 6. But that's going to break this, because this needs to be more than a 1. So no, this is not going to be a 4. It's going to be a 3. And a single here. That means I've got a single here. And if this is less than this, I'm not allowed a single here. I've got at least a double. And this has got to be less, so this is at least a double. But this has to be more, so this is at least a triple, and it's done. Okay, then what do we have here? So less than 3, so this is just 1 or 2, not 3. It's got to be more than this. So if this is a 2, then this is at least a 3, which looks possible. But if this were a 3, so hang on, alright, if this were a 3, sorry, if this were a 2, I mean, if this were a 2, this would have to be at least a 3. Might be something like that, I guess. No. Oh look, yeah, this is fixed. This thing has to be less than whatever's here. So if this is a 2, like that, we could have a 1 here and something like a 3 here. That feels okay. Alternatively, hang on, what was I doing there? Connecting those. If they don't connect, if these connect, we can't. But we could connect all 3 of these potentially. So it have to be less than this, so I'd need at least a 4 here, which can't go there, so it might do something like that. Alright, there's too many options here. I don't think I should be touching it yet. I think by now I had nailed down the sizes of these, but I don't feel like I can right now. So here I need 1 or 2. No, I don't. I need 4 or more, in fact. It seems likely that it does this. So these are the big sides of all of the inequalities. But I don't know that for certain. Might roll with it for a minute. Might be something like 3, 2, 1, 4. Then I need a 5 up here. I'll have problems if I do this. So less than 4. Oh, it could just be a single. Less than 3. I feel like I'm going to have a single here as well. If that were a 3, it might give me a 2 here. Ah, 2 3s touching each other. This needs to be bigger than that. Okay, so it's got to be bigger than something. The least pressure I could put is if it's a single. So if this is at least a 2, say it's that way. I can't have 2 2s touching. So this would have to come around the bend. But now I've got trouble here. I think this would have to come around this bend. And now I screw up this inequality. Was I totally certain about that? And I've got 2 4s touching. This needs to be bigger. Is that happy? No, 2 3s touching here now. Two 2s touching. I can't have 2 1s. Could this be a double? 4 there, single here, single here. Oh, this looks promising. So more than 2, more than 4. Oh no, this does not look promising. Right, that was the problem here, wasn't it? Then again, who says I can't now break that back up? More than 2. Ah, but this has to be separate. Shit. Because I've got the same shape here, leading to 2 different inequalities. And you can't come around the bend because of that. Oh, this one is so hard. Right. I think I need to go back into reverse gear and try to take more careful logical steps. I think I was happy with all of this. And I think I was happy with this too. Right. If you were a single, let's imagine you're a single, just to try to rule it out. Okay, so if this is a single, then this is at least 2. If we connect these, or we could connect these. Alright, so let's say I connect them here. I have to pause again, excuse me. Okay, I'm back. I'm not entirely sure what I was just doing. I think I was testing whether this could be a single and hadn't got very far yet. I think that's what I was doing. Alright, so if this is single, this has to be at least a double. It could go this way. I could then have a single here. I could have a triple here. I wouldn't be able to connect these. And then do things break up here already? So if I've got a triple here, I can't have a triple here anymore. So this would perhaps be a double. But then I'm screwed here, aren't I? Because I can't have a triple because of that. I can't have a double because of that. I can't have a double here either because of that. And I certainly can't have 3 singles. So this doesn't feel good. But it has to be at least 3. If it's a 4 and pokes out this way, it's exactly the same problem. Is it? Well, yeah, now suddenly this needs to be a 5. It could poke out this way. But it's the same problem, isn't it? I can't have a triple here. I can't have a double because of size separation. I can't have a double there for the same reason. I can't have 3 singles. So it doesn't feel like this pokes out this way. And that means, I think, that these are going to connect. But that gives me a problem down here. It has to be a 3 or a 4, doesn't it? Now, can I got to step back. Think about this again. I want to definitely rule this out. So if it pokes out this far, what's left? I've got these. This has got to be smaller than something. Wait, who said I needed to even extend anything here? What if it's a single here? A triple here and a single here? Well, that seems okay. Then I could have maybe a double here, a triple here. A quad and a... no, not a double. Double won't work because there's another double here. But that's okay, it doesn't need to be a... I can't have 2 3s either. But I need something bigger than a 3 here. It would have to be that way, which gives me problems here. Okay, so there's got to be another solution here. Can't have this because of that. Oh, I've also got this problem. What if you come around the bend? No. What if you're bigger? Oh. I feel like I was here earlier, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. That would have to be single, that would be a double. But this still isn't happy. Well, this does have to be a triple. I can't have two singles here. So that means this has got to be triple. Could it be this way? It's got to be smaller than that. Could it be a 2? No. Oh no, I'm in trouble here. So I think I'm back to worrying about this. Perhaps these are connected after all. That would allow me to have a single here. This could then be 4. I need something bigger than a 1 at the moment. So I need 2, but that's another 2. Oh no. But I'm back to the same problem here, where I need a 2 to be there, and that means it can't come down here. It would have to go this way, and then I'm stuck down here. Oh man. Didn't expect this one to stump me quite so hard. Okay, I need to look again for mistakes that I've made. This needs to at least be a 2, because it has to be bigger than something. That means I need at least a 3 here, but in the space left in this area, there's only 4. Was I confident here? Yeah, this is definitely a single. If this were a 3, then there wouldn't be space for something bigger than a 3 here. So this is a 2. That means this is a 1. I then need something that isn't a 1 here, so that makes it at least a 2. On this side, I need something smaller than that. It needs to be at least a 1, but it can't be a 1, so it would have to be at least a 2. That's why I grow this up here. That has to be smaller than whatever's here, so this then needs to grow. The size separation makes it do the same. And they can't be the same shape, otherwise it'd be both sides of this barrier. So that one then was fixed. Oops. And this one then has to be less than 3, so that fixed this one. So yes, I'm happy with everything here. That makes this follow. And it can't go around the bend because of what we spoke about here. So that fixes this one here. Why couldn't this be 4 again? Or something bigger than it needs to be here. It would have to do this, and that's illegal. So that's a single. So everything that I've got in right now, I think is correct. Now here, it could have a single, or it could be bigger. Let's say it's a single. This then needs to be 2 or bigger. So it could be here or here. Those are your only options because this one maxes out at 3. And if this one is 3, this needs to be a 4. So let's say for a moment that we're doing this. I would have to have a 4 here. And this one cannot be a 4 because it needs to be less than 3. So if I were doing that, this would come this way, this would come this way. This would either be straight, which would mean I need a 5 here, or it would bend. Okay, so let's say it's straight. And I don't know that. That's an assumption that I've made. Let's say this is straight, and it's a 4-piece. This would then need to be 5 because of size separation. So then I would need something bigger than 5 here, which I can't do. Or can I? Say it goes around a corner. This is then a 5. Then I need a 6. But no. There's no way I can do that. I can't join these. Right? Yeah, I can never join these. I think I've tried to join them in the past, but this has to be either 1 or 2 because of this inequality, and this has to be either 3 or 4 because of this inequality chain. Anyway, I'm saying if this is a 1 and a 3, this needs to be a 4. That means this needs to be a 5. That means this needs to be at least 6, and that's impossible. Okay, it doesn't necessarily go around the corner, so we back that up. We've got a 1 and a 2 now. This is a 2 now, so this would have to be a 1. I would still have a 3 here. And now what here? I can't have a 3 here or here. But I could have 2 1s and a 3 around the bend. For example, there might be other options. This is a 3 and it needs to be bigger than something. That would do this. Now over here, smaller than a 2, smaller than a 3 rather, but not a 1. I would have to have a 2. Over here, I'm not allowed a 2 now, but I can have a 3 there, or indeed a 4 and a 1. The 3 wouldn't work because I would be stuck having either 2 2s next to each other or 2 1s next to each other. So 4 there, single here. Everyone seems okay so far, but I'm sure the fun is going to hit me very soon. So, bigger than a 1, and I can't do this, remember, not anymore. So bigger than a 1, but not a 2, so I need at least 3. But this has to be less than 3, so that's going around the bend. Here I need bigger than 3, so I've got 4, but that's not greater than this. Shit. Single. Yeah, who says this only has to be a 3? There. Wow. Some of these puzzles, yeah. My skill level is not aligned with the difficulty rankings of these puzzles, apparently. Skill level, intelligence level, whatever you want to call it. That was really hard. I had to restart that I don't know how many times. And I'm not sure exactly where my mistakes were. Some bad assumptions that I made. I wonder if it was up in this corner. I wonder if I kept on assuming that these had to be connected, something like that. But I'm glad to have got there in the end. However, I've gone way over how long how long I wanted any individual video to be. Well, let's see, how many are left? I'm 41 plus 1 at the moment. How many are left that I can find? There's a 5 down there. There's a 3 down there. There's a 4 over there. So I think I'm going to cut it, and the next one will be, hopefully, well, not hopefully, really. I mean, probably the last section of this inequality area. So yeah, that's where I will leave you for now. Thanks so much for watching and joining me, and bye-bye for now.